Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, digital money magnet tribe. I am excited. I am excited. I am elated to finally be on board the School of Edupreneurs that we have been planning and working towards for the past couple of weeks. Welcome on board, everyone. I can already see the comment section buzzing. I can see Nerissa, Chinda, welcome. I love the deliverance part. So, how do you want me to do the deliverance? Holy water, um, holy oil, anointed oil, cane. How do you want the deliverance to come? I can see Fumi Emmanuel from Akure to have a transformed mindset. I agree. You're going to have it. So if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see me loud and clear, please let me see you in the comment section. Derisa is laughing. All right, I can see Ma'am Elizabeth. It's such an honor from Ota, Ogun State. I can see Bright Wiro. Hi, Bright. I can see Jamila. Thank you, Jamila. Thank you so much. I can see Fumi. I can see Nerissa. I can see Yemisi. Welcome on board, everybody. Yemisi hopes to gain more knowledge and insight. I promise you, the next 6 weeks of this coaching is going to be knowledge packed. Like I love to say, SOE for me is what I wish I had when I started in 2020. SOE for me, the SOE you guys have now is what I wish I had, right? So you're going to get everything, like everything. This is the first installment. So of course, this is going to be value packed. I can see Neka from Enugu State, the coal city state. This session will be a mindset overhaul. Please do me a favor, take a screenshot. Let me keep my pretty face. Take a screenshot and send to the group. Let them know that we did not come to play. Send it to the TEI group just for today. The TEI tribers have access just for today. After today, we shut them out. It becomes an indoor thing. Thank you very much. Today. So I'll be taking the screenshot. If you take the screenshot, please help us send it to the group so they know that we have started at SOE. We do not waste a second. We are on board. The next 2 hours, I really hope that I'm able to take you and transform every limiting mindset that you might have as regarding selling your knowledge. For a fact, a lot of people do not have limiting mindset when it has to do with their career. A lot of people don't have limiting mindset when it has to do with probably a side hustle that involves a physical business. A lot of people think of a business, the SOE info only group you're in, just take a screenshot and send to them. Thank you. Now, a lot of people do not have limiting beliefs when they want to embark on a side hustle. For instance, you're in a 9 to 5 and you want to add like a side hustle to your business, which would involve sales, trading. A lot of people do not have, or let me rephrase to say that the percentage of limiting beliefs that individuals have when they are selling their knowledge is a lot higher than they would have if they were doing a tangible business, if they were setting up shop, if they were setting up a business, if they were getting into a career, the limited mindset people have cannot be compared to the limitations that you have if you decide to come on the online space. 4 years in, I could tell you this. 4 years in working with private clients, 4 years in having friends who are in the same work line as I am. As we move along, you're going to understand this a lot better. That is why when designing or while designing the curriculum for SOE, we thought to put the entrepreneur's mindset as the first module. Because if we do not deal with your mindset, everything we do for the next 5 weeks becomes balderdash. Because your mindset is the anchor that you will run with. Your mindset, whatever we do in SOE for the next 6 weeks, your mindset is the anchor that you can run with. If we do not take care of your mindset today, if we do not take care of the state of your mind, if we do not begin to address the limiting mindset, the mindset blocks that you have in your mind, it will be a literal waste of time. Your mind is like a garden. Your mind is like a garden. Your mindset is like a garden. What will determine how rich that garden is? Or rather, let me rephrase to say that your mindset is like a garden. When cultivated properly, it will yield bountiful harvest. Now, let me also mention that the harvest we are looking forward to, the harvest we're looking forward to in SOE is a triad harvest. We want to monetize our expertise or our knowledge. We want to build a brand and we want to earn from our knowledge. That's the harvest. But your mindset is the garden. Every other thing you do is an extra. Of course, we know that we can't look forward to harvest if we do not have even a garden to cultivate. So your mindset is the dormant garden. Everything you do to help that mindset is then what would yield the bountiful harvest. So, in our goal to do the three things we listed: build a brand, monetize your knowledge, and online, your thoughts will shape your reality. Your thoughts will shape your reality. Let me give you an instance of how practical working on my mind has been for me. Before every course I do, before every course I do that has succeeded, I have dedicated time to work on my mind. In fact, what I do is an intentional part of my routine that once I want to get into a project, I dedicate time to work and unshackle my mind. And I have found one very striking exercise I did in August. It was August. I knew I wanted to launch something, but I didn't know how to go about it. In short, I had a lot of projects, and I was distracted. I was confused. I had a number of my limiting mindset beliefs. But the moment I began to work on my mind, it was as if I became a new person. So your mind is the garden. What you harvest will yield what you get. Now, that is for an introduction. There's no time to begin to mention who your host is. I believe that we already know who is teaching today. Webinar ground rules. We already know the webinar ground rules. So, what are we going to do in the next 120 minutes? This class is about 2 hours. We're going to understand and overcome mindset blocks that might hinder your success as an edupreneur. An edupreneure defined as an individual who is selling their knowledge. Then we're going to delve into various psychological phenomena and limiting beliefs that could hold you back from realizing your full potential. Whatever you conceive and believe, you achieve. Let's quickly look at quotes that lends credence to the potential of the mind of a man. Let's begin to look at quotes by philosophers, by accomplished individuals that lends credence to the fact that we cannot achieve anything in SOE for the next 6 weeks if we do not address our mind. James Allen, as you could see on the screen, says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. One of the book recommendations I'm going to recommend to you would be As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. As a Man Thinketh. All right. The next quote that we're going to look at would be by Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey says, one second, guys. Oprah Winfrey says that the greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. We all know Oprah Winfrey, a 70-year-old phenomenal black woman who has broken all frontiers in the media industry. She says that the greatest discovery that everyone in SOE will make is that you can change your future by simply changing your attitude. This is profound. Another quote that we're going to look at is by Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich. Another book recommendation, guys, would be Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. It says that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And in that book, Napoleon Hill delves deep into the story of, I can't remember the name right now, but it was basically a man who wanted to partner, who wanted to become Thomas Edison's partner. Thomas Edison, we know, was an inventor. He wanted to become a partner to Thomas Edison. This guy was a low ranger. But years after, he was able to accomplish it because his mind was able to conceive, believe, and achieve. So if we're going to achieve anything for the next 6 weeks, you must be able to, one, conceive. So signing up to SOE is the conception part. Then we go to the next part, which is the believing and, of course, the achieving. This is powerful, guys. This is powerful. Now, let me also look at a number of other quotes. Albert Einstein says, I think I should have that quote up here. Okay? Ooh, why didn't I put it up? Now, Albert Einstein says that the mind is everything. Now, in the comment section, let me know the quote that resonates with you. Albert Einstein says that the mind is everything. What you think is what you become. I have seen this play out in my personal life. What you think is what you become. Now, Norman Vincent Peale, the author of The Power of Positive Thinking, says that when you change your thoughts, you change your world. I say it again, dear DMM tribe. When you change your thoughts, you change your world. This is a reminder that positive mindset can transform our challenges into opportunities. Napoleon Hill also says, okay, we've also looked at Napoleon Hill that says, well, the mind can achieve and conceive, he can believe, he can achieve. It means that belief, conceiving your vision of earning online and literally printing money online, is a step to believe, conceive, and achieving it. Now, James Allen also states that a person is limited by the thought he chooses. So in our journey to earning extra 6, 7, 8 figures, 9 figures, 10 figures online, the question is, what thoughts have you chosen to think? Norman Vincent Peale also said, believe you can and you can. Believe you can't and you won't be able to do that. So this shows that Belief is one of the most powerful tools in achieving our goals to earn 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figure. We'll wrap up with this quote by Napoleon Hill. He says that when you set your mind on a definite goal, I want you to listen to this. Napoleon Hill. Now, if you have not read Think and Grow Rich, please, I beg of you, that should be the first book you decide to study as we move along SOE, because I need to be able to expand the possibilities that you have. I'm going ahead of myself. Now, Napoleon Hill says, set your mind on a definite goal. And observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you achieve it. Set your mind. So the question now, we're going to set goals in SOE, but permit me to ask you, what has your mind set on for the next 6 weeks? Guys, whether you're doing this for profit or for non-profit, a number of you are like, oh, I'm not really looking at earning online. I want to impact. Fine. But the question is, what is your mind set on for the next 6 weeks? And Napoleon also said, as you set your mind on a definite goal, observe how the world stands aside to let you achieve those goals. This is powerful. So now we've looked at these quotes and these sayings by accomplished individuals and philosophers and wise men who have blazed the trail. I want us to make a commitment statement. Please believe that you're going to be doing a lot of this as we move along in SOE. Let's make a commitment statement. Raise up your hands. So I'm going to minimize this so I pop up a lot more on your screen. So raise up your hands and say with me, our commitment statement for this module is that I am dedicated to reshaping my mindset, embracing growth, and unleashing my full potential. I commit to cultivating resilience in the face of challenges, seeing them as opportunities for learning and growth. We say this again. I am dedicated to reshaping my mindset, embracing growth, and unleashing my full potential. I commit to cultivating resilience in the face of challenges and seeing them as an opportunity for learning and for growth. So I'm going to give you a quick opportunity to take a screenshot of our commitment statement. You're going to make this your mantra for the week. This commitment statement, you're going to make this your mantra for the week. So quickly do a screenshot, do a screen grab. We're going to copy this in the group every day of this week as you do your prayers. Keep saying it into yourself. Remember what James Allen said, that as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you're thinking that your goal for this week, our week one, is that you're dedicated to reshaping your mindset, embracing growth, and unleashing your full potential. Napoleon Hill says that you should watch as the world steps aside to watch you unleash and meet those goals. Who is ready to begin to look at the mindset blocks that have been holding you back? Who is ready? Let me see you in the comment section. Type ready. Does this session, are you feeling the liberation in your mind already? Let me see you write it in the comment section. We want to take a quick feedback in the comment section. You're not just going to sit down and be watching. I did not come. You are in class. You are in class. This is not a webinar. Let me see us in the comment section. Ready, ready, ready. Let us look at the mindset blocks that has held us back from embracing the possibilities. Guys, if you're getting value, share this video with somebody. This is free. Today's lesson is free. Next week, if I catch you, I chase you away. But this lesson is free. This is a gift. It's a literal gift you could give to somebody. It's a gift. Just take a screenshot, share the link, copy the link, and share with someone. Let's get people into this class. Mindset block number one. So I could see that let's Jamila is ready, Clara is ready, Joy is ready, Neka is ready. Mr. Bolaji, the only male in the class, is ready. Good evening, sir. Welcome on board. Onyekachi is ready. Udwak is ready. Wakaso Semira. Oh my Jesus Christ, precious. Apologies for that. Is ready. Elizabeth is ready. And what page Yemisi says, I am getting value already. That's what we came for. Now let's look at the mindset blocks. Before I move on, I know someone is like, you know me, I've taken care of my mind. Well, woo. Let me tell you, everyone, sure, let me not go ahead of myself. Let's just keep looking at the mindset blocks. The mindset block number one is your psychology of money. Let's look at it in the comments. Let me see it in the comment section. Your mindset block number one is your psychology of money. Now, what is your psychology of money? Every individual has their psychology of money. As we move along, you will understand. Every individual, please take a screenshot. This slide is so pretty. Don't worry, you will learn to do all of this before SOE is done. You'll become mini experts. Don't worry, I got you. But please take a screenshot, share with the TEI group, share with the Learn Aid group, share on your status, share in the SOE group. Thank you. Now, your psychology of money explores how your attitude, beliefs, and behaviors influence your financial outcomes and decisions. Let me say it again. Your psychology of money, it explores how it explores your attitude, your beliefs, and this attitude and beliefs stemmed from your upbringing. So, your psychology of money is simply defining how you see spending, earning, making, and saving money. This is a major mindset block that has kept thousands of individuals where they are. This very simple mindset block. Now, we're going to look at a phenomenon I call our wealth thermostat versus our wealth thermometer. Now, what is a thermostat? Let me know if I have people in the comment section. Now, in your words, what do you think a thermostat is? And what do you think a thermometer is? Let me get it. I know that those of us in Nigeria, um, we are really not keen on, we might understand the thermometer more. We're really not keen on understanding the temperature because our temperature is quite regulated against those that are outside the country who are in very harsh weathers. So, but what do you think a thermostat is? You could do a quick check on Google. You can do expo. Do expo. Do expo. All right, so what's a thermostat and what's a thermometer? We already know that the thermometer is a device that we use to check for the temperature of a thing, of an individual, of anything. Then a thermostat is used to regulate the temperature. So there's a temperature, which is, guys, what's the temperature, babe? Someone should help me. Please, please, please do a quick Google search so we don't. So let me share my screen quickly. Let's get the direct definition of a temperature. Mhm. Hey, yes, 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 it's up. Because I need us to understand. Okay. Okay. Good. Mr. Bolaji says it's the temperature of amount of heat in the body. Google says it is the degree or intensity of heat present in a substance or object. Now, a thermostat Thermostat is a device for regulating temperature. A thermostat is a device for regulating temperature. Now, your mind serves as the thermostat. Remember that we said that the thermostat is a tool for regulating temperature. Your mind serves as the thermostat for regulating your financial temperature. Your mind starts as the thermostat for regulating your financial temperature. Just as the thermostat is set to maintain the temperature in a room, your financial thermostat is already preset by your upbringing and your experiences to maintain a certain level of wealth or financial accumulation. Now, where does the psychology of money come in? Hold on, you're going to get what I'm saying. Where does your psychology of money come in? Once your financial temperature, your desire rises above what has been preset in your psychology by your upbringing and your growing up years, you subconsciously become uncomfortable, and your mind, which is your financial thermostat, will begin to do everything to cool down that desire. So when your mind achieves that goal of cooling that desire to drop it to where it was, for instance, your financial thermostat is set that when you make six figures, you are a baller, and somehow you become exposed to an information that keeps you wanting more. What your financial thermostat will do, which is your mind, it will try everything through what we're going to look at to regulate that desire to the preset goal that has been set in your mind even before subconsciously. Now, be note that your financial thermostat is not set intentionally. It was set, it's just like childhood trauma. It has been preset in your childhood by the experiences and the knowledge you had about money. So if your temperature drops to a certain point, you might be driven to heat it up, but you can only go back to your comfort zone. Now, where does the psychology of money come in? Your psychology of money is what sets your thermostat. And this is deeply rooted in your childhood experiences. Your childhood experiences act as a programming for your financial thermostat. So your financial behaviors and attitudes are were absorbed and and taken and witnessed from the people who took care of you. So I'm saying that your financial thermostat, to a large extent, if you do not intentionally decide to deal with it, was preset by your upbringing. Your financial thermostat was preset by your upbringing. Let me give very vivid examples. If you grew up in a home of civil servants, your financial thermostat is going to be set to earning is only a 30-day cycle. So, a person who grows up in a civil servant household where money only came after 30 days, your financial thermostat unconsciously, you would find that individuals like this who don't consciously break out, a good percentage will be okay just doing the 30-day cycle of 30-day salary cycle. Anything outside that would be breaking out of their comfort zone. And guess what happens? Their financial thermostat will do everything. So let's assume someone who is a 9 to 5er who grew up in a 9 to 5 environment. I'm not saying that 9 to 5 is bad. I'm just saying that a person who grew up and the only exposure they had was money only comes every 30 days. Somehow, your financial thermostat is going to be set that money comes every 30 days. So you will unconsciously not want to do anything that will involve you doing things that will bring money in, that would involve you going out of the comfort zone. Now, if you grew up in a household of traders who had to do a lot of heavy lifting, who had to do a lot of strenuous work, who had to go acquire goods, sell the goods, monitor the goods of that kind of setting. If you do that, if you did that, or that was where you grew up, your financial thermostat will be set to money only comes with hard work. So, if in SOE we are saying to you that you can literally print money from your knowledge, it will be incomprehensible. I am saying that your mind, as I say, like, I beg Coach Precious, have to leave that in. It's not possible. It's not possible. My mother had to go to Aba, or go to Lagos, or go to China and bring in goods. As she's shipping the goods, she cleared the goods from custom. You see that kind of a thing. And we're telling you that you can practically sell your knowledge and make the same profit within a time space that would take your mother to ship goods and sell it off. That's a financial thermostat. Some people, their financial thermostat is set to scarcity mentality. If you grew up in a home that had deep scarcity issues, nothing was ever enough, your financial thermostat will be set to scarcity mentality. Scarcity mentality. You would never experience that opportunity to dream. Why? Because limitations was what you saw all through. Personally, I grew up with parents who were clerics, pastors. I'm a PKM, pastor's kid. And my dad and my mom were both in ministry. So my financial thermostat was set to that money came by miracle for the longest time. Why? Because my dad only was a full-time pastor, dedicated, did everything pastoring. So somehow, the more, of course, you know how pastor salary is. I'm talking not now, I'm talking in the 90s. You know what it is. You know what it is. So as at then, my dad in 1995, my dad was earning 3,000 naira, because he'd always tell us, out of 3,000, he'll pay his tithe. But according to him, his income at the end of paying his tithe and paying for Ajib, something called Ajib that they used to pay in the ministry then, his income to feed a family of six, three daughters, one sister, one wife, and himself was 2,500 naira. So ours wasn't even a case of scarcity, because my dad just believed in, he was very positive, and his scripture was, let the poor say I'm rich. So somehow my financial thermostat was set to that money comes by a miracle, because I saw my father live it out. When there is no money, we say prayers, and somehow God provides. Another thing my financial thermostat was set to, as my dad grew older and began to delve into life coaching, was that money is an exchange for value. So I find myself thinking, whenever I have a huge financial goal, I'm thinking, what value can I exchange to get money? That's me. So somehow I have never sold anything. I mean, physical, like trading. I have never done that. Why? I think about it now with my knowledge of the psychology of money. I can see that my thermostat is set to exchange mental value. So I'm able to do what I do easily, because I saw my father begin to delve into exchanging value for money. He got into life coaching, did media, just talking motivation and success and all of that. Now, that is where my financial thermostat was set to. If I did not intentionally begin to foster my thermostat of exchanging value for money over that money is a miracle, I will be limited for a long time. So the first, I hope we get the analogy of the thermostat and the thermometer. A lot of us would need to go back to explore our childhood. If a person is raised to a large extent in a home where money was enough, there was abundance, these individuals rarely would have scarcity mindset. Why do you think that is? It is because everything they saw was in abundance. So as they relate with life and they go about business, all they are thinking is money is everywhere. There is money, there is abundance. So, in moving to earning six, seven, eight figures, you must determine what your financial thermostat is. So, can I have you respond in the comment section? telling us what you think your financial thermostat has been set to. For me, my financial thermostat was money is a miracle, exchange value for money. For some people, it's abundant, money is everywhere. For some people, it's scarcity, there's nothing is rarely enough. For some people, it's abundance. For some people, it's hard work. You must work hard. And when we talk about hard work, we're talking work that involves physical exertion of energy to earn. So, what is your financial thermostat? Let me see you in the comment section tonight. Ogechi says, tonight is deliverance night indeed. I am glad. Precious says, ah, yeah, 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 yeah. I am glad. Jamila is giving the love emoji. So, can I have one person who has been able to identify their financial thermostat? What is it for you? Now, as we move along, for some people, they believe that money is a seed time and harvest thing. So this group of people revolve around charity, giving. I have a sister whose financial thermostat is that money is to be sown. That's her own belief. I don't even know where she got that from. But I think from my dad somehow. Money is to be sown. In her, in her words, the more you give, the more it returns. Some people's financial thermostat is saving. Everything must be saved. For some people, financial thermostat is spending. Probably you had parents who didn't have financial discipline. So everything that came in was squandered almost immediately. It's important we realize that your financial thermostat is not fixed. Through self awareness, deliberate action, you can begin to reprogram your financial thermostat. And one of the books you can use to do that is The Psychology of Money. I have that book here. I don't have anyone to get to my shelf. But please, I would advise you get The Psychology of Money by Morgan. If you know the full author's name, please let me in the comment section. By Morgan something. With that book, you'll be able to recalibrate your financial thermostat. Now let's look at the feedback in the comment section. Mr. Bolaji said, my financial thermostat is set by my 9 to 5 father, and my entrepreneur mother was a money comes by providing value. Fantastic. Onyekachi says that my financial thermostat is set to the fact that we must work very hard. DK Ogechi says it's hard work. Clara says it's provide value to get money. Neka says no thermostat. Oh, Jamila says, sorry, that is set to the civil servant one, that we must do the 9 to 5. Each and every one of us have a thermostat. How do you break this limitation? The number one way you could do it is through self-awareness and a deliberate action to rescript and challenge your limiting beliefs. Self-awareness is one of the best gifts we could give to ourselves. Self-awareness can help you recalibrate and reset your wealth or your financial thermostat. So as your financial temperature will increase in this School of Edupreneurs, you can fit into that increase that is coming. By updating your software, your mental software, with empowering beliefs, healthy financial habits, you can raise your financial thermostat to meet your financial temperature. I hope you got value by this first example of limiting beliefs. The second limiting belief is imposter syndrome. In this is one of the strongest limiting beliefs that anybody can deal with. You see, imposter syndrome is strong. Ah, let's move on. Now, imposter syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where individuals doubt their accomplishments and fear that they are fraud, despite evidence of their competence. Thank you. Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Take a screenshot. You should, if you feel like you need to Work on Your Psychology of Money. Please get The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Thank you, Onyekachi, for that. All right, so let's look at at imposter syndrome. It's simply a psychological phenomenon where you feel like you're a fraud. I don't know about you, but I still struggle with imposter syndrome even after 4 years. Whenever I go out on a full blast marketing campaign where I'm all out in the faces of people with arts and all, I always wake up the next morning feeling uneasy, feeling like, shebi this thing I'm talking that I know it. I haven't felt imposter syndrome in any of my courses like I have done for SOE, primarily because this is the first time that I'm doing this. And somehow I'm thinking to myself, do I have enough proof to help people? So, imposter syndrome happens to the best of us. But let's look at these individuals who have shared their experiences of imposter syndrome. We all know who Maya Angelou is. Maya Angelou is a renowned poet, and she was a renowned poet and I think author before she passed on. She was an incredible woman. Now, Maya Angelou says that despite her accomplishments, after having written 11 bestseller books, every time she thinks to herself that, oh, they are soon going to find me out. They are soon, okay, so she says that, they are soon going to find me out. I've run a game on everybody and they are going to find me out. This is Maya Angelou, the author of over 11 best selling books. Michelle Obama, we all know who Michelle Obama is. The first black first lady of the number one nation in the world, the US. She says that she has also had her own experiences of imposter syndrome. Now, what are the signs that your mindset block could be imposter syndrome? One, persistent self doubt about your ability and your accomplishments. Attributing your success to external factors like luck. Fear of not living up to expectations. Over preparation or procrastination. I can bet you that a lot of you have thought a number of times to put up courses, sell your books, go out there with your knowledge and your years of experience. But guess what? You keep feeling to yourself that, am I really up to? Do I really know? Now, if let me show you how much imposter syndrome is. Let me take a poll on the people on this live call. If you have ever felt like your knowledge and your experience is not enough to go to the market with it, let me see you do a I have in the comment section. As we move along, you're going to see if you've ever felt like I don't have enough to give to people. Let me see that in the comment section. The next would be attributing your success to external factors like luck. This particular one, I beg, I was just lucky. Fear of not living up to expectation. Over preparation, you see this thing because you feel like you don't know enough, so you spend the time you should be going to market preparing over and over again. Now, the impact of imposter syndrome is that you begin to sabotage yourself, and of course, from self-sabotage, it leads to missed opportunities. Another one is that you lack the confidence to shout out to the rooftop about your knowledge. Another one is that you're anxious. You're anxious. Now, one thing imposter syndrome does is that it holds us back. It holds us back. How do we deal with imposter syndrome? One, you must recognize and accept your feelings. To deal with each and every mindset block that we're going to look at, you must be able to recognize and name what you feel. I feel unworthy. I feel like I don't have enough knowledge. I feel like I don't know enough. I feel like there are more people who know more than me. Meanwhile, we'll get there. Let me not go ahead of myself. Another thing you must understand is that imposter syndrome is common for every high achiever. I was listening to one of my coaches who is established in every ramification that you can quantify an individual being established. And she says that every time she walks up to the stage to teach, she still has that moment where her heart is doing tukum, 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 tukum. Do I really know what I want to say? Let me shock you. Every time I have a session and I need to get on to teach, in short, seconds before that session, I'm always thinking, what am I going to say? Down to this session I just had. I had a session on Tuesday and I was literally palpitating. I needed to stand in for my boss on her weekly Tuesday live, and my heart that day I was so anxious. For every time I have to access higher stages, I'm anxious. I'm scared. Do I even know what I want to say? Precious, I'm almost saying to myself, Precious, you have done this thing, and they now believe you. You know, I say this. I'm not. This is a time to be vulnerable. Your best coaches, they have these experiences. So the question is, so why are you allowing your own limitation hold you back? When this happens to the best of coaches that address a 70,000, 100,000, 200,000 audience space. I remember after my session on Tuesday, when someone came back to say, oh, wow, I got feedback. And I was like, wow, look at what fear. Fear is one of the manifestations of imposter syndrome. You see fear. You see the fear. You're given an opportunity and you're second guessing yourself. That is imposter syndrome. How do we deal with it? Recognize that it's always going to come. It won't go. I'm telling you. I trust that I have individuals here who will begin to grow communities. Even when your community gets to 100,000, that feeling will not go. For a lot of individuals, it won't go. So the question is, or you're thinking that when you've now finally put up your course, some of you will put up a course and you will not come to teach. Because you're wondering, God, do I really have what it takes? Do I really know what I want to say? You must understand that it's very common. The top footballers, top musicians, do a research on if you struggle with imposter syndrome, you should do a research on imposter syndrome to see that it's really not out of the ordinary. It happens to the best of us. You have to begin to reframe your thoughts and invest in building your growth mindset. Another book I'm going to recommend is The Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. I read this book as an audiobook in 2020 and it gave me the confidence. That book really talks about the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. The growth mindset says that if you do the work, you see the result. You can't speak like I'm speaking right now. If you commit to it, you see the result. The fixed mindset says she speaks well because it is a gift. She speaks well because it is a natural thing for her. She speaks well because she works with the Africa's number one parent coach. That is not true. She speaks well and she teaches well because she has committed to growth. And I can assure you, whether you are able to come up here and whether you're able to come up here and teach or you're babbling, oh my god, whatever it is, the growth mindset states that if you put in the work, you will get the desired result. The name of the book is The Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. It will deal with imposter syndrome. It's not going to go forever, but you're going to be able to deal with it. Carol Dweck. The first one is The Psychology of Mindset by Morgan Housel. The second one is The Psychology of Mindset, The Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. Okay? Now, the next one we're going to look at now. The next limitation or mindset limitation is the spotlight syndrome. This one I have suffered from. Let me give you guys a real life example. In my ideal life, I never want to be on stage. My ideal person, my ideal life is to be behind the scenes. I don't want anything that will make people even know that there is a pressure that exists. That is me. But I know that just like the 5 talents in the parable that Jesus gave, I know that every gift that I have been given, that I'll be questioned of it at the judgment seat. So I know that I have to come out with my gift. But ideally, my major mindset limitation is the spotlight syndrome. Now, what is the spotlight syndrome? The spotlight syndrome is a cognitive bias that makes you feel as though you are in a spotlight. You could look at our screen and you can see the spotlight as if there's a light beaming on you, as if there's a light beaming on you, and everybody is watching you with magnifying lenses. Like, oh, she didn't speak it today. Oh, see what she wrote. Look at what she posted on her story. It looks as if everybody, it happens to me. For every time I have gone out of social media and I'm not posting, it is the spotlight syndrome. This is a huge mindset block that is holding a lot of us back. That feeling that paralyzes you. And because if you're going to build an online presence, visibility is going to be important. You will be criticized, you'll be open to public scrutiny. Now, couple it with the fact that you don't even want to be seen, it feels like everybody is watching you. Guess what happens? You won't own up to your gift, you won't own up to your talent. So, spotlight syndrome is deeply rooted in anxiety and fear of criticism, and the belief that your actions and your mistakes are being evaluated by everybody. And this leads to a heightened sense of self consciousness, that an anxiety that will make you not put yourself out there. If you struggle with spotlight syndrome, now this is the impact that it does. It makes you struggle with being seen. Because of course you're not going to earn money online if you put your light under the bushel. It's not possible. You have to be seen. You would have to put out your vulnerability out there. I remember the first book I tried publishing, I self-edited. And the moment I posted that book cover, hey God, all my friends that I never knew that they were English editors and they were the best English speakers. They came not they didn't, I'm not saying this in a negative light. I'm just trying to exaggerate what happened. But they all just picture this. I was already scared to put it out. Then everybody came. The color, the font, the English. You're supposed to do apostrophe S, not S apostrophe. You're supposed to haba. Now, imagine if I let that put me back. Another impact of the spotlight syndrome is the fear of criticism. You never want to hear any negative impact. Another one is the imposter syndrome, which goes hand in hand with spotlight syndrome. What is your deliverance from spotlight syndrome? Your deliverance is simple. Nobody is watching your life. Everybody write it in the comment section. Because this is a deliverance to you this evening. Absolutely no one. The human nature and the human mind is naturally selfish. Like, I know what I went to church last Sunday, but I don't remember what my friend in my department in church went to church last Sunday. I don't know. I don't know. And remember, trust me, in the spotlight space syndrome, every mistake that I make in this session, it will keep regurgitating in my mind. Oh, precious, you should have done it like this. You should have done it like that. You should have done it the other way. You should have done it the other way. I bet you guys might not even notice it, but it will keep regurgitating in my mind. Do you see? Nobody is counting my mistake. Whether I say came or come, you are going to hear them like, oh, she made a mistake. But you've gotten over it. But in that feeling that people are putting legs on your life, you now allow it hold you back. I deliver you this night from the fear of being noticed. I see people are watching you. Now, an average individual, I am too busy looking at my pretty face to notice any other person. The average individual is selfish. I put up a reel, I go watch it 50 million times, but I won't watch another person's reel 50 million times. The average individual is self-obsessed. I saw this reel of a lady who was watching herself, and she was watching it. And people in the comment section were like, oh wow, I watched myself. I put up voice notes and I went and watched this session. I love me. But trust you, no matter how a person session impacts me, I won't watch it as much as I watch my own session. Do you see the spotlight syndrome? You are delivered this night. Get out there and put out your thoughts. Nobody is checking the grammatical error. And if a person is too busy, if a person is too jobless, let's think about it. The average individual has 24 hours. That is naturally not enough for them. How do you now think that they will not take time from their 24 hours that is on a normal day? On a normal day, not enough for them. They will not use it and put you in their mind. It doesn't work like that. And even if there is a person who is a hater, is that person really enough to put out your light? Think about it. If there is really somebody who you put up a post and they're like, Jamila, see what thing she write, who she think she be, guys, digital money magnet cohort. Do you really think that person's words and thoughts and crazy comments are enough to put out your light? Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? I Stroma Ifanieze. Look, I'm going to give you guys to follow if you don't follow her yet. Amazing woman, amazing woman, amazing woman. She put up a post about how she had gone from an average accountant to who she has become today, because she shut out every voice and she said, put a bet on herself. I work for one of the most amazing parent coaches. That's the most amazing. The Africa's number one parent coach. And I listened to her podcast last weekend because I did the podcast. And coach was saying that coach was giving the 39 lessons she had learned at 39. And I can't help but think, precious, if you keep waiting for what you think people are thinking to hold you back at 39, this is 32. At 39, do you think you will be close? Oh my God. Somebody this night, I use the word deliver. I don't know if you're religious or not, but the mental deliverance to stand up tomorrow and push your dreams. Nobody should hold you back. Nobody. Be obsessed with what you have, whether it is one. The Bible told the story of the 5 talents. The master gave the 5, the master gave 2, master gave 1. And he said to the one he gave 1 who hid his talent, he said you should have taken it to the bankers. I don't know, whatever religion you belong to, just take the story as just a random story. At the end of your life, when you get to the evening of your life, the master wouldn't even need to ask you. You will ask yourself. At the evening of your life, the master wouldn't even need to ask you yet. You will ask yourself, what did I do? And the answer you will give yourself, will it be that I thought someone was watching me? Guys, go to market with your gifts. Whether it is 1 talent, 2 talents, 5 talents. Go to market with your dreams. People who impact the world are not the most talented. People who impact the world are individuals who put a bet on themselves. Mindset block number 3. Let go of the spotlight syndrome. put a bet on yourself. How could you do that quickly? Instead of fearing judgment, consider it as an opportunity to grow. Be your authentic self. When you become your authentic self and you're consistent, the pressure of trying to live up to wouldn't be. What I do and the fire that you guys feel in your heart, it didn't start today. This is me. 2014, I started a blog that was called the Fresh Inspires blog. I just want to see people elevate from. I just love to call out the you in you, and somehow I do it everywhere. I do it everywhere. People come to seek employment in my school. I leave employment and I start coaching them. It's a natural gift. Some of you, your gift could be ah. Next week we'll look at unique value proposition. Let's not go far. Let's not go far. Let's not go far. Alrighty. Now the next mindset block is I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough knowledge. That's not true. Now, am I saying that anybody should just wake up and put up a course? No. If you were here, I believe you have a knowledge, you have an experience, you have an expertise. If you've intentionally developed yourself, I believe there is a passion, I believe there's a hunger, I believe there is something that you can exchange for value, whether it be financial value or impact value. So saying you don't have enough knowledge is not true. Let me give you an example. There are coaches who teach how to monetize your knowledge. Case in point, Tricia Bees. Tricia Bees is an amazing, phenomenal woman who runs the course How to Monetize Your Knowledge. And that course sells for about 200 and something thousand. Now, I'm also running the School of Edupreneurs, where I hope to achieve our goals are similar. What if I had said that after all, there is a Tricia Bees somewhere who can teach other people and I decide not to do SOE? Do you know how many people who might never relate to Tricia Bees' content? Because where she is not where they are. Someone might be able to relate with my content because 4 years ago I was earning 22,000. 4 years later, I'm no more earning 22,000. Teacher business audience might be looking for how to do billions, but somebody is saying, God, if I can just do double of my salary, it's a start for me. Do you see? So that knowledge you're trying to share, there might be established people doing it, but somebody will relate better with you than they would that established person. Let me give you an example. Imagine that Tony Elumelu decides that he wants to teach how to save. How to save. And there is somebody who was a reckless spender. And in 1 year, he has learned to save from 10,000 to 100,000. And Tony Elumelu wants to teach you how to save and invest in billions. And you're still earning less than 100,000. Who will you relate to more? Let me see you in the comment section. An individual is earning less than 100,000, and there are two courses, one by Tony Elumelu, who will teach you how to save in billions. Both courses are free. And there's another person who is just like you, who wants to teach you how they went from not having any money in their savings to now doing 10,000 per month from their little salary. Who will you relate with more? Tony Elumelu's procedure to join his own coaching is not going to be here. He'll be targeting high to medium earners. Meanwhile, your person like you will teach you what is within your scope of knowledge. Maybe we tell you, I can make kalo, what's that thing called? And be chuking 100 naira there every day. But Tony Elumelu is telling you to go and buy shares. And do you see? So these two people are worlds apart. But somebody is going to say that after Tony Elumelu is teaching it, who will believe me? Imagine again an individual who wants to teach marriage? You've been married for 10 years. And another person has been married for 50. But the challenges you're experiencing in your marriage are very peculiar to the early years. Who will you relate to more? Probably that mommy that is 50 years in marriage has experience, so but the vocabulary, probably in her own time, she was a stay-at-home mom. She didn't need to work. She probably didn't need to work until her kids were out of school. But this other mother who is 10 years and you're 3 years in marriage is a working mother. She's able to manage the both spouses. Who will you relate with more? But that person who God has put in their heart to go out there and talk about marriage, be like, hey, my Jesus Christ, oh my God, my Jesus, my Jesus, my Jesus. And how am I going to compete with that woman? But someone is just saying, oh, my audio is breaking. My audio is breaking. Can you hear me, guys? Thank you, sir. Oh, thank you, Tommy, for that feedback. Can you all hear me? I believe you can hear me because I've adjusted my mouthpiece. So, Jamila is saying that the person who is more within the age range, because we've gone through, or they've gone through a peculiar. It's my network. Oh, so sorry for that. Is it settled now? You can hear me. Thank you. So that mindset block of I don't have enough knowledge has been shattered. Somebody needs you. You've gone 5 steps. They just need, and the person is in 2 steps. They just need you to go the five to they just need the person who has gone 5 steps rather than the person who has gone 50 steps. Another mindset block is I don't have experience. Someone needs the experience you have. I don't have enough tools. When started, I started with a Samsung J5 phone. I didn't have a laptop. My laptop was stolen. My laptop was stolen in 2019. I started in 2020. And as at then, my daughter was just coming out of the whole um, issues we had with her health. So we had sold everything, and it was a crazy period for myself and my husband. We had sold everything. It was a crazy season, just believe it. And from there, lockdown came. And I just had the passion to start teaching online. I started with the Samsung J5 phone. I remember one day the phone shut down because I was recording a course. I am going to share the link to the first course. It's on this YouTube. It's on this YouTube. I'm going to share the link to the first couple of videos I recorded in 2020. Enough tools is not enough excuse. You can always. Do you need complex tools? Yes. Will you need to work towards getting complex tools? Yes. But can you start with where you are? Yes. A number of you, at least 70% of you know Coach Wendy. Let me give you an assignment. Go back to the first couple of contents that were shared on her YouTube page. Go back to the first couple of webinars. Compare it with the recent webinars. And tell me if she had let the tools she had deter her 6 years ago, will she be here with the complex tools she has now? Tools are just a means to an end. Focus on your creativity, focus on your resourcefulness, then the tools will come. Another question you have is, will people buy from me? My answer is no and yes. No, in the sense that if you don't learn, sales is not an innate thing for an individual, especially in the ecosystem of learning. Sorry, the ecosystem of selling your knowledge and working online or earning online. These tools of sales is different from what it is outside. So will people buy from you? Yes, if you are exposed to the right knowledge. No, if you're not exposed to the right knowledge. So, how do we address what people buy from me? Commit to learning. How do you commit to learning? SOE is a tool for you. That is one way you can address the question of I don't know how to sell. The next one is the fear of success. This is a fear that involves anxiety over the consequence of achieving one's goal. Some of you now, your wahala is if I start, what if I start this thing and people take me serious? Can I really deal with the success that will come as a result of it? For someone here, this is your legit concern. Someone here is asking, hi, what if I just do this thing now and people now believe in me? Won't I fall my hand? Won't I make a mistake? Fear of success is real for a number of individuals. Another one, and when you have fear of success, it leads to self sabotage, it leads to pressure, anxiety. Some people, because of their financial thermostat, they are afraid of success. Probably they've seen an individual who succeeded as they grew or when they were growing up, and that person succeeded and the person failed. That could be a tool. The next is fear of failure. What if the people don't buy this course? Let me answer you. If you do a course, people don't buy it. It could be that the course you put out is not the need of people. So what do? You go back and learn how to identify the need of your customer avatar. If you identify the need of your customer avatar, they will buy from you. As we move along, we're going to understand that. Let me give you an example. You are in Canada and you wake up one morning with the amazing dream and vision to sell ice water during winter. You think ice water in Nigeria is a powerful water. People don't drink water, cold water in Nigeria. And I think that since I'm now in Canada, that people are also suffering the same thing people in Nigeria are suffering. So therefore, during winter, I will begin to sell cold water, ice cold water. I will create vending machines, put in public places. I will open a chilled ice cold water factory. Guys, will anybody buy during winter? Cold won't keep person. And what you're thinking is to sell ice cold water. Please let me know. Will anybody buy? Why will they not buy? They will not buy because that thing you're selling is not a need for them. But imagine you are in Dubai. Everywhere is hot. And you devise a way, or you're in Saudi Arabia, where the temperature is hot, like it's boiling, and you decide that your vision to bring it to Saudi Arabia. Will people buy it? They will buy it. Why? It is the right thing at the right time. So if people are not buying from you, I can bet you're selling ice water to people in Canada during winter. They do not need it. So the question is, how do I identify what people need from me to ensure that the product I am putting out is actually a need that they have? If you followed me, you're going to notice that before I put out any course, I always do something. It's either I do a free webinar, I put out a free guide, run a poll, I begin conversations along that line. What before what led to what SOE is now. I started a community that is called TEI, Teach, Earn, Impact. In TEI, I ran a webinar, I did morning pop ups, I did free ebooks. All I was doing was to establish, do people need this thing I want to sell? We're going to look at the mechanics of sales as we move along. So let me not move up, let me not divert. But if you have the fear of of selling, this is a reason. This is what you can do. The next is fear of failure. Yeah, it happens. I'm scared to fail. What's the worst that will happen? People don't buy. I read this mail from Steve Harris in 2014 that has stuck in my mind. And that mail simply had, in when you want to try something and fear pops up, there is a simple question you should ask. What's the worst that could happen? I put out a course nobody buys. What's the worst that could happen? Once nobody died, like my coach would say, once nobody died, you're fine. You move on. Do you see? So always ask. Once you're scared, always ask. You put out a webinar, nobody comes for the webinar. Did you die? No. In fact, Steve Harris told a story of him organizing a seminar with this guy, that guy that is bowed, his friend that is bowed, something Bala. I can't remember his name now. It's popping on my head, but I can't remember. But he organized a, the guy's name is popping in my head. But if you know Steve Harris, you will know him. He's bowed headed, slim. He organized a seminar with that guy, paid for hotel, and up till the morning of that seminar, nobody paid. He, his wife, and the man got to the bed. They printed books and did everything. Nobody paid. It was later that he got a what's it called? He got an alert, and it was his wife. The fee, I think, was about 32,500, and it was his wife that bought that webinar. Imagine if Steve Harris had decided that, after I marketed, nobody will he be where he is today. Your best coaches had webinars that didn't do well. But the question is, did it deter them? Identity trap. Another mindset block is identity trap. A lot of people define themselves based on their past experiences, and this leads to a loss of self-worth, and it hinders their quest for success. Last on our mindset blocks would be self-confidence. A lot of people are averse to taking risks, and probably the risks that they had taken earlier in their lives have caused them to fail. And as a result of that, they become risk averse, they lose their confidence. This is one mindset block that can also affect you. Now, we have come to the end of our look at the mindset of an entrepreneur and how much power your mind carries in helping you earn six, seven, eight figure online. Now, your question is going to be, how do I deliver myself? What practical ways can I deliver myself from these mindset blocks? What practical ways can I deliver myself from imposter syndrome, spotlight syndrome, my financial thermostat, fear of failure, fear of success, and all the mindset blocks that we addressed in the SOE community this week? From Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, these are things that we'll be looking at in our chat-based community. We'll be looking at practical things you can do. We've talked about reading and rereading your commitment statement every day. In the groups, we're going to look at more practical based ways that you can begin to target this mindset blocks. Before we move along, I'd like to introduce the School of Edupreneurs, that everyone who has not come on board yet can come on board. Now, the School of Edupreneures is what we are in right now. It's a 6 weeks, 6 module execution based program that will teach you how to monetize, build a profitable brand, and earn online. What are you going to get? You're going to get 1 year access to these courses. You're going to get 1 year access to our digital toolkit. So we're not just giving you the head knowledge, we're providing the tools as well. You also get into our execution based coaching. You're going to get into our group based coaching. You're going to get coaching calls like this every week for the next 6 weeks. You're going to get our SOE certification. You're going to get um, access to our webinar on how to use AI. You're going to get access to our private Telegram and WhatsApp community of our digital money magnets, individuals like you who are also looking to earn online. um SOE is now 25,000, not 20,000. That's a mistake. SOE is now 25,000. You've not yet come on board. Please send me a chat or take a screenshot of the details scrolling on your screen to jump on board the School of Edupreneurs. Now, let me have your feedback. And I'm going to quickly share a link to the comment section. This link will enable you jump on board with me this night and ask any question that you might have. So the link is now there. I've featured the link, so you're going to see it. If you have any questions, you could ask in the comment section, or you could also ask, come on board the session. You don't have to put on your video if you're not comfortable. You could put on, you could mute, just all we need is your voice. You could quickly pop up and ask any personal questions or any possible mindset blocks that you might have that were not addressed in this coaching call tonight. While we wait for your feedback, let me know what spoke to you the best in the session this evening. Let me know what spoke to you the best in the session. Let me know what you're going home with. Let me know what you are going home with. So as I wait your questions, as I await your feedback, as I await you coming on board, let me quickly go on a quick water break.
Life is like a big merry-go-round. You're up and then down, going in circles, trying to get to where you are. Everybody's been counting you out, but where are they now? Sitting in the same old place, just faces in the crowd. We all make mistakes. You might fall on your face, but you gotta get out. I'd rather stand tall than live on my knees, 'cause I am a conqueror, and I won't accept defeat. Try telling me no. One thing about me is I am a conqueror. I am a conqueror. You got a vision that no one else sees. A lot of dirty work, roll up your sleeves. Remember, there's a war out there, so come prepared to fight. You never know where the road leads you. Not everyone's gonna believe you. And even though they're wrong, don't prove it right. I'd rather stand tall, live on my knees, live on my knees, 'cause I am a conqueror, and I won't accept defeat.
this first module. Now, I assume that there are no questions, and of course, if you have questions and you're part of SOE, you could always drop it in the group. SOE holds our chats, group only chats holds every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. We have SOE based chats. On Thursdays, you will get your tech tool for the week. Over the course of this 6 weeks, we're going to look at different tech tools that will be needed for our journey to creating. This week, I'm particularly excited about the tech tool we'll learn. We'll learn how to use Canva. We're going to look at how to create flyers, presentations, everything Canva. We'll do that this week. Next week, I think we're looking at, I can't remember now. Let me quickly get off my notes so see what we're looking at. Okay. 1 second. While we are looking at that, let me take the comments. All mindset blocks relates to me. It's a major chunk of why I enrolled for SOE. I know I have a number of things to get out there and earn, but I have my limitation. I have been my limitation after this class. I trust that every limitation will be broken. Fumi says, breaking from any senior that limits me from being a better person. Sir Biology says, there's no limit to the amount of money I can make online. Selling digital products of value. That's exactly what I have to do. Jamila says, another mindset block for me is motherhood. Motherhood keeps me busy. I don't have time. I totally agree with you. Motherhood is a very peculiar season of life. Let me say how I'm able to navigate it. One way I'm able to navigate motherhood, because I believe strongly that our personal thoughts on what we are able to sacrifice with motherhood is different. Personally, I believe that motherhood shouldn't hold me back. Some individuals believe that I have just one kid, so you get why I'm able to believe that. But some individuals believe that when it's the season of motherhood, they can dedicate all to motherhood. Some individuals believe that that we can do the both. For me, I believe in the different seasons of life, and I believe that different seasons of life will demand different responsibilities from you. So the point where motherhood should trump. But what do I do? Self-mastery helps me. For instance, 100% of everything I create within my energy cycle. We look at this within the day. So, Jamila, what are your energy cycles? For me, my energy cycles of 3 to 7, 8 in the morning is, I can do so much than what I can do in 2 weeks of time around my energy cycle. You can also look at your schedules. You can also look at your schedules. You can look at the responsibilities that are required and needed of you. When you please help me take a screenshot of the reviews, because if I end this, I won't be able to get this live chat in my mobile. You have to be on the phone. Just help me do a screenshot of the reviews and send to me. Thanks, video. So, understanding that different seasons require different versions of you, it would help you embrace the seasons, but also prioritize self-mastery. So, are you going to prioritize your leave periods? Are you going to prioritize your weekends? Are you going to operate full essentialism? At this phase of my life, for me, it's full essentialism. I have, at this phase, I have 0 to non-existent social party life. So, except the party is family or it's very required, I don't go. DDK, my coach would say that you should get to the point where your money goes for you and saves you from unnecessary goings, if I could say. So there are requirements. It could be church, it could be or it could be clubs. It could be different things that require of you. You should know how to prioritize. That is one. You should know how to prioritize. Another thing I will say is to have high recovery periods and high working periods. So for me, I have periods that I go boom, 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 boom. There are periods. That is why you see me go offline sometimes. It is those periods of high recovery where I prioritize family. The other times are high sewing, high working period where I go all out. Lastly, I would like to remind every mother here that in as much as motherhood is a divine responsibility, God did not design it. Oh, is the music loud? Sorry. Sorry guys. Thank you for that feedback now. It's it's practically low on my ears. I didn't even know it was high. So sorry. Okay. So it's off. So I was saying I was saying that in as much as we must understand our seasons as mothers, we must also understand that going for your vision and impact gives you more satisfaction. You don't want your kids to grow and you look back and you're like, I didn't do XYZ because of you guys. You don't want to have such regret. You don't want to have such, some mothers have this animosity towards their children because they feel that these children are the reason why I didn't pursue my goals. With self mastery, with self awareness, with essentialism, with having high peak periods and high recovery periods, we are able to navigate this. Lastly, you need help. If you're going to get on the impact lane as a mother, you have to subscribe to help. You have to let help help you. You will have to find a way to get your spouse to come in as your partner. Because the truth is that you can't do it alone. So that means that the times you might have to do laundry, you might have to outsource it, because as you go on your impact work will afford you to outsource a number of things. The times you would need to go shopping and all, you might need to outsource it. If you're a mother here and you believe that you are the head and the tail of everything, if you don't wash, nobody's going to wash well. If you don't clean, nobody's going to clean well. Big ups to you. God bless you. But if you're going to get on the impact lane, you understand that time is commodity. And if you can use finance to buy time, you'll be happier as an individual. I believe you got value. We'll talk more in the SOE community. Alrighty. Any more questions, guys? So we call it a night. We see again on Tuesday, where we'll begin to look at how to deal with your mindset blocks. All right. I'm still looking at your feedback. What value are you leaving this session with? I want to go back to our commitment statement. We're still going to get it in the group, but that's one of your assignments this for this session. Our commitment statement. Yeah. So please do a screenshot. Let me leave the screen. Do a screenshot of our commitment statement. It's going to help. The commitment statement: I am dedicated to reshaping my mindset, embracing growth, and unleashing my full potential. I commit to cultivating resilience in the face of challenges, seeing them as opportunities for learning and for growth. For those of us who are in this free module today, this is going to be your last time. From next week, our sessions are going to be DMM only. Our sessions are going to be DMM only. To join the session again, Here is the payment details. You want to come on board a one-on-one, so be focused on just you, not in the group. You could do a payment of 120,000 for 8 weeks. All right, thank you very much. Tuesday by we'll do a poll in the group, sir, but definitely in the evening. Just a 30 minutes chat. Nothing to you can always come back to read up the chat if you're available. You could pop in, nothing overwhelming. But we'll do a poll in the group. Preferably maybe 8 p.m. still or 7. No, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Just we'll do a poll in the group so we'll all agree on the time that would come back for our Tuesday sessions. I believe this is a time to call it a night. Thank you so much. And the song that is playing is Conqueror. You are a conqueror. I believe in you. I believe in your abilities. I believe that the world will be impacted by the value you can bring to the table. I believe that there is transformation that can only be triggered by you saying yes to purpose. I believe that irrespective of whatever you've gone through in your lifetime, that you were a conqueror and you are light. So as to move on, you could sit back to listen to these very inspiring songs that remind you of the you that Coach Precious sees and the you that God sees. Oh, we have somebody here. Oh, we have someone here. Hi, Dr. Joy. I was just about logging out. I didn't see you. You are muted.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
Dr.
Thank you very much, Good Precious.
You're
I
welcome.
am very, very grateful for this opportunity, really. And I think what I was gonna say has been mentioned by Jamila on her status. Oh, sorry, on her comment in the comment area. And I was just imagining that you're gonna say seasons of life. And that was what you responded in the course of your answer. Yeah, so
Yeah,
and I noticed that the way you've done the course, the way you've done the course, you've done it in a way that um, it can avail us the opportunity to put our kids in bed and then show up for the classes, which to me, I think you've put a lot into consideration and you've considered most of the working parents. And
yeah,
this is coming at a very important season of our lives.
yeah,
And having this flexibility of delivering your mandate is quite encouraging. I have gone on holiday to reset, so we're like
yeah,
2 hours ahead of this time, and I've had to
yeah.
dash out of the group I'm with um
Be
to
here.
be here because I know how much value you're bringing to us and how
Mm,
much you subsidized it and made it available to a lot of us. Because I'm in the middle of a transition period in my life, a season where it's a very sensitive time for me, and having this as an empowerment step is kind of a right step it's a good step in the right direction. I started a
mm.
I started a relationship
Dr. Joy, are you here? Hello, Dr. Joy. Oh, wow. Her network is off. So I'm going to hang around for a bit until she comes back on. But until then, enjoy this beautiful song by Indie Ari. I Am Light.
I am light. I
well
All right, you're back, ma. Your network was
Sorry,
lagging
I'm
at the point.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a tricky network. So I'm not sure where I was when I was talking.
You were saying that you were in transition
I was
season
reading
in your
to
life.
the season, yeah. Yes. So I started a course that relates to this topic. And the reason I wasn't really making much progress because there was no accountability group. It's a it's a self-study course, and I realized that I learned differently, and
Yeah,
I needed a bit
yeah,
of push, which I wasn't getting from my course coach. So
yeah.
when I saw this topic, I was like, there's no going about the bush. This is for me. So I was one of the first few people that
Yes,
went
you
on the
were.
registration portal, and I'm and I was able to do some things with the first course you gave us or you taught us. So that kind of boosts my confidence. I know
Yeah,
I'm used to doing lots of
congratulations.
tech stuff, but the way you simplified the teaching and the way your voice is so soothing, yeah, it
Thank
makes
you.
me makes me know that I'm in the step. I'm on a journey in the right direction with the right people, with the right support, and there is no limit to what we can achieve if we
Absolutely
put our hearts to
none.
it. 'Cause your
Absolutely none.
testimony that you have shared with us as well, really inspiring, and I encourage everyone to give it their best, give it a push. Let's do this together. Let's DMM
Let's do
together.
this. Let's do
Thank
this.
you. Yes,
Thank you, Dr. Joy. Thank you so much.
welcome.
And I believe strongly in you, and I believe that the width or the bandwidth of what we could do together with SOE is limitless. Your capacity, your abilities are so much, and with this push and with this community, let's go make that money by
Amen.
making the impact. Have a good night, ma.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Alrighty. Thank you so much, Dr. Joy, for that feedback. Have a good night, everyone. And those of us that are in SOE community, please, 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 we'll see you on Tuesday. Of course, you're going to have conversations in the group with your tasks for the week, but we'll see you officially on Tuesday. God bless you. And do remember that you are light and I am rooting for you. Have a lovely night, everyone.
Am light. I am light, I 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 am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Hey, yeah. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. Oh, light. Yeah. Oh, light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yeah. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Hey, yeah. I am light. divinity define.